Alright, dumb Naruto opinions.
Oh,
Yee!
that's so
I just finished
exciting.
reading through all of Naruto and I'm very excited
No,
to do stuff with
no,
it.
we're not as like engrossed in the Naruto fandom, so these are going to be more like general normie opinions, not the in the reads bullshit we deal with One Piece.
Well, I mean, I do have a couple things here that are pretty specific. If you'll
Okay.
remember Kishimoney.
Oh god, that was a big thing though. All right,
Yeah.
what's your first one?
Alright, the first one I have here is the oldie Neji was right.
No,
What do you mean? Destiny exists
people.
and
Uh,
Destiny objectively
no, the
exists. Do you
thing is,
remember that
thing.
frog in Mount Miyaboku
No,
who
no.
had visions
I
of the
think
future?
this
Destiny is
starts.
canon.
No, I
Destiny
think
is
this
canon.
starts at people don't know what the Neji fight was about, because I think it's either about hard work versus natural talent, or about like genius, or about like class, or whatever. It's not. It's about social standing. Naruto's social standing is the pathetic loser in the village that everyone fucking hates, and Neji's like, "You'll never get beyond that." And Luffy's like, "Not Luffy, fuck, we've been talking about One Piece." Naruto's like, "Wait a minute, did you ever consider, Neji, that you only think you're trapped in your clan, and you actually fucking hate it and try to break out? That's why you beat the shit out of my future wife. That was fucked up of you." And then it's like Naruto wins because he accepts that his social standing can change, and then it does, and he becomes Hokage. And then Neji's social standing also doesn't technically. Neji's is more complicated because this whole thing is like he does what his father did, where it looks like he's dying based on what he was supposed to do, but he was going out on like his terms.
Yeah, like, cause like at that point, like Hinata like would have been willing to like take the hit for Neji. It's just that Neji was the faster of the two and more
Because
capable,
Neji's a
frankly.
better fighter, baby.
Exactly.
Well, actually, no. Hinata was faster because she blocked Naruto. Neji was strategically slower. So
Yeah,
yeah,
it just
there's
but
but there's not
dude,
much
dude,
else to say.
there was the frog in Mount Miyaboku who objectively saw the future.
But that
Come
doesn't matter
on.
because Neji wasn't
Neji was
talking.
right because Mount
But
Miyaboku
but,
frogs.
but Neji wasn't talking about like prophecies and destinies. He was talking about social standing and how society views you and
And
how you
like
can
even
never leave
it,
that
yeah.
bubble.
And like even then it's just like all right, worst case scenario, we have like multiple prophecies that are all contradicting each other. Cuz
Yeah, that's
Naruto and
true.
Sasuke are supposed to die fighting each other, one of them's supposed to kill the other. That's the
Mhm.
way it's been literally for
Also, the
cycles and
frog is a
cycles.
fucking hack because like three to four of Jiraiya's pupils fit the fucking bill. Hack ass frog. Like Minato fits it, Naruto fits it, Yahiko almost fits it, and Nagato fits it. Like, come on, a hack ass frog. All it basically said is Jiraiya, you're a cool guy, and whoever you teach is going to be a really cool guy. And then
But dude, he saw the octopus. He saw Killer Bee.
wow, he knew that a Jinchuriki was going to beat another Jinchuriki. That's deep.
No,
Like you
dude,
can
it's
see the
so deep.
future, but it's like the vaguest future ever.
I know it's funny. Like I know like some people like are really terrified when elements like that are put into stories. Like, oh no, does this confirm that hard confirmed destiny? Is it hard confirmed destiny now? Does free will no longer exist because the frog in Mount Miyaboku saw the future?
Saw the vaguest future ever, and also destiny is irregularly wrong. It's like no, no, it doesn't.
Yeah. All right, cool. Okay, that was a. Now let's get on to a nice big one. Hard work versus natural talent is the main theme of Naruto, but it betrayed the theme of Naruto because
It,
Naruto was Ninja Jesus, not Ninja Buddha because it's he's Ninja Jesus because
hmm
that's what
Okay, so we
identify with.
already brought up how the Neji fight is about social standing, so it's not that because Neji and Naruto were both really hardworking, and Neji was like technically more of a prodigy, but also Naruto had more chakra, so like,
Yeah.
and then let's see here,
No, just like all right, like chapter like 13, they're in the land of waves, and Kakashi like looks at Naruto, says like, "God damn, that kid has a lot of chakra. If he learns how to use it properly with like this tree climbing exercise, then he might be well on his way to being stronger than me." Doesn't say that for Sasuke. He only said that for Naruto.
yeah, or like the Naruto Sasuke Haku fight is has nothing to do with hard work versus natural talent. Haku is a Kekai Genkai prodigy who has tons of natural talent and hard work. Sasuke is like Haku, but like lesser.
I know,
and then
like,
beats, and then Naruto surpasses all of them by going Fox mode.
yeah, I know, like, literally, like, in that fight, it's literally just how much you care for your comrades decides how powerful you are. Because, like, Haku
Yeah.
compared about Zabuza a lot, so she was the most,
And then
or he was the most
but
powerful. And
then
then Sasuke, like, steps in, protects Naruto, then his Sharingan
mhm,
awakens, he gets his little
yeah.
power up. But then,
But
like, it's not enough.
Puff,
And then Naruto
we're
goes
being
beast
bad
mode.
people though.
What?
No, we're being bad people because we're dodging Gara versus Lee, where
Oh,
Gara is
no.
pure natural talent and Lee is pure hard work. Also, Puff, since you reread Naruto, can you like refresh my memory? Lee won that fight, right? Like hard work won.
No, I'm sad to
What?
say, hard work lost, bros. Hard
Wait,
work
wait,
lost.
wait! Natural talent won in the hard work versus natural talent fight. Natural talent won. What?
I literally wrote down like a whole like 2 paragraphs for Lee for like this video that I might make. All right,
Nice.
the Eight Gates is a terribly dangerous ability. It's not meant to be used in an exam
Uh
fight,
huh.
but Lee feels the need to defeat the geniuses at all costs, leading to his
Yeah.
hospitalization. Lee confuses beating Gaara with proving he is a splendid ninja. Lee didn't have to win to prove his worth. The exams were built so that even if a genin doesn't win their tournament fight, they can still get promoted. And while Lee only fought in the prelims, it still shows what mindset the examiners have. And even if Lee won, he still would have been so banged up he wouldn't be able to complete in the final exam anyway. You never see Guy bust out the 8 gates when competing with Kakashi, because frankly that's overkill. It's a
Mm-hmm.
self-sacrificing ability meant to protect your loved ones when the stakes are high, and Guy's backstory with his dad make this even more clear. Guy
But
and
also,
Lee both went back on Guy and Lee both went back on that condition, and Lee had to pay for it.
yeah. Also, like the whole thing with like the big thing with Gara is like that was a big thing in the tuning exams is like all of the kids because it's like a warmongering thing that the adults is a proxy war. The tuning exams is a proxy war. That's the point of it.
Yeah.
Because of that, the kids kind of because of like what the adults tell them to, and because their own dumb mindsets, kind of make everything like us versus them. Like Lee doesn't view Gara as like someone stricken with a horrible demon. He views him as a genius with natural talent. When having Shukaku in you is not a good time, you don't get to sleep. Gara doesn't sleep. People forget this. Gara objectively doesn't sleep. So yeah, or how like Neji thought Naruto was like a loser, not realizing that he and Naruto were super similar. Or like fucking yeah, like that's like a lot of or like Ino and Sakura's whole fight is them like getting over their petty grievances. The Chunin exams is like overall a lot of characters learning to not misunderstand each other.
Yeah. It's a lot of like childhood jealousy. There's a
Yeah.
lot of
Uh,
that like in early
so
Naruto.
we brought this up in our hard work versus natural talent video, but Lee has the natural talent of being a Gates prodigy, which was stated by Kakashi, and a natural user of the Drunken Fist, something that cannot be taught. So, fuck
No, no.
you.
I remember there's this one line Kushina has like right before like she dies, like talking to baby Naruto. Okay, some people are good at some things and not very good at others. So if things don't go your way at first, don't get discouraged or whatever, or don't feel down. Like I think that's kind of it in a nutshell. Most people are good at some things and not so good at others.
Yeah.
You just have to
Oh,
find
oh,
what thing
oh,
you're good at.
one more
Like
thing we should
Sakura's
cover.
like a good example of that. Like Sakura like was useless for most of part one, and then like at the end like oh I'm pretty good at healing and medical ninjutsu. Guess I'll do
Yeah,
that. And then she becomes like this powerhouse under Tsunade and also a great
yeah.
healer.
Also, like one quick thing that we should bring up because people also bring up Naruto versus Sasuke is like the best example of it. Let's pretend Randall Waves didn't happen. The big reveal with Sasuke's backstory is that he wasn't a prodigy. Itachi was. Sasuke only looks like a prodigy because he worked himself like crazy just to get any praise from his dad. Like
Yeah,
like
no, that is
Sasuke
true.
was like no, that was like the big twist was like we thought, oh, Sasuke prodigy and Naruto dumb, but then you look at it and it's like Sasuke was taught a super powerful chakra punch attack from Kakashi, and Naruto was taught one from Jiraiya, and it's like that's not that different.
Yeah, it's
They
just
were
like
both taught
I
a
I
busted finisher from a really strong ninja.
I can see where the confusion comes from, because there is a lot of lines like Orochimaru says, "Hey, that kid Naruto has no talent. I want Sasuke because his Sharingan is really cool. I need that bloodline element." So like I get like when
Well,
people
so
like
like
get
no, that's
confused,
because well,
but
that's more
like
so about how like when you're lacking, you need to rely on friends. Because like even when Naruto talks with Hagoromo, he says, "My mom and dad were such good ninja, and I didn't inherit any of their skills." But I made a bunch of friends, and then like you could also add the caveat. Also, you got all their chakra, which was really good. No, but like he didn't like Naruto is not like even after he gets his seal fixed that lets him walk on water, he's still not like good at chakra control.
no.
But yeah, it was never about that.
Yeah.
It's
Also,
not gonna be
like
about shut up.
chapter one, he had the fox inside of him, and he made 100 shadow clones. So like either you think from the onset it was a terrible story, or it just wasn't about what you thought it was. Pick
Yeah,
one.
it was a little dumb.
Yeah.
All right, what's next?
All right. I have to go back because I was in my video script.
Nice.
All right. All right. This one we can skip over. Should have ended after pain. Just
Okay,
no.
if you think that you're dumb
Uh-uh.
because no, that's kind of the thing of like it that only works if you pretend Naruto and Sasuke didn't evolve as characters because it's like chapter 1 if you heard that like chapter 10 you learned Sasuke killed his brother and Naruto got accepted by the village you'd be like, "Oh, cool. We're done." Except things happened in between that where like Sasuke got a lot of fucked up context and learned a lot about the village and like the truth of what happened. And
Well,
Naruto learned that acceptance is like step 1 because he doesn't want to just be a Hokage. He wants to fix the actual problems that are like hitting the world.
yeah. It's just like also like this is just like it's very generic for like a big battle shown to end in a war arc like. But like it makes a lot of sense because then you bring all the side characters. You can make it the grandest scale you
Oh,
want. All the side
also
characters. I mean, you can conclude all the little plot threads and put a nice
yeah.
little bow on
Um,
everything. Like
also
Sasori gets a nice little bow on his plot thread. That's
mhm.
really nice.
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh, I can defend it through Chekhov's gun too, because the whole Naruto series, the one thing that's hyped up over and over is how serious ninja wars are,
oh yeah, no,
and
it's an
how bad
anti-war
ninja
manga.
wars are, and how we don't want to have a war. So it'd be fucking weird if a war never happened.
You know, like it's clearly an anti-war story. So like the fact that it ends in a war is actually pretty meaningful, more so than
No,
like another
it would
example,
be
I
a little
guess.
goofy if a battle shonen did nothing but hype up ninja war, ninja war, ninja war. Ninja wars are so crazy, so bad, they're so intense, and then like it's like okay, well, we never had to deal with one. All we had to do was beat up pain.
Yeah, I mean, like you can kind of say that they had like an easier one in the sense that they were just fighting zombies and not like other
But
humans.
they had a harder one in the sense that everyone almost died. Fucking moderate. So yeah, that one's just. I feel like that's like that take is like dying out. Thankfully,
No, it has. It's just I remember hearing it a lot.
it used to be really common. It was terrible.
All right, now here we go. Tobirama's the best Hokage.
Okay, so here's the thing. I've heard this from a lot of big
You've heard it
YouTubers.
from people who are smart, okay? Because Tobirama knew what he was doing. He
Like,
planned
the dude
ahead.
that
He
I
saw
hated is
all the
what's that
threats.
fucking name?
He made a lots of jutsu. He made a school or something. He decided tuning exams should be a
Mm-hmm.
thing. Is also like he it's like you remember
Yeah.
in Kaguya-sama Love is War when it's just like oh the Shirogane and Kaguya it was like the age of like invention or like the age of charisma or whatever where like they had all the great ideas of change and all that like the age of or
Mm-hmm.
whatever and then Ino and Ishigami was the age of enacting where they had to literally figure all this shit out and make it work.
Nice.
That's Tobirama, dude.
Well,
One
no,
hundred
okay, so
percent.
here's the thing. No, like a lot of big YouTubers, even fuckers like fucking like NC Hammer, he's a huge Naruto YouTuber right now, are wrong because like literally when Toby Rama's revival scene should tell you all you need to know about Uchiha
He
and when
literally,
because he gets
literally, like
revived.
every
Yeah,
other line he
Uchiha,
has is literally just Uchihas are
Orochimaru,
evil. Evil
no,
runs through your veins.
Like Orochimaru walks up to Toby Rama. He's like, "Hey, Toby Rama, random question. Why did you put all of the Uchiha and the police, forcing them into one neighborhood, and then put that neighborhood right next to the fucking right next to the jail cell. Why did you do that? That's rather odd. That's like gentrification,
I know, and
Tobirama.
then
Why did you do
he's
that?
like bringing up statistics like people who like crack down on crime tend to be viewed unfavorably in the eyes of the normal people or the populace, and so it's like yeah, people tend not to like cops because cops kind of have to crack down.
Yeah,
Even the
yeah,
good ones have to sometimes.
yeah, no, and yeah, no. So it's like, that's very interesting that they hate that you did that, Tobirama, and Tobirama's like, no, I was just giving them a spot in the village, and then like 2 seconds later, Sasuke's like, oh, by the way, I hate you, and Tobirama's like, filthy Uchiha, and the whole time this is happening, Hashirama is like, Tobirama, I told you to not be racist. And
Uh,
like I remember, like one take is like he doesn't hate the Uchiha, he hates Madara. It's like no, he literally says like filthy Uchiha. He hates them.
Second
Just because
Hokage,
he
many of your policies and the jutsu you developed ended up causing problems later down the line. Even currently.
yeah, where it's
Oh,
like
no,
just
Chia,
because
eh? Of course you'd
he's
stick with a scoundrel.
no, it's like or like literally like the whole reason Madara left and became an Avenger is because Tobirama did not want him to be Hokage. Like literally, if we let Madara be Hokage with Hashirama as like his aide and Tobirama doing like the finances, the Leaf Village would have done great.
No, like every other line, like Hashirama's literally just like, dude, stop being racist. He's the kid's right in
Dude,
front
what
of
the
you.
fuck? My best friend is an Uchiha. Why are you like
No, the thing is,
this?
I remember Tobirama actually pulls like the shield thing. Like, I also had an Uchiha friend, so I can't be racist. I had an Uchiha friend.
No,
Don't
like,
look at
like,
me. I had an
literally,
Uchiha
like,
friend.
it's like I employed Shisui's great grandfather, so I can't be racist. And they're like, dude, you gentrified an entire race of people. What are you smoking?
No, like, dude, it literally one line. Vengeance against Konoha? Damn, brat possessed by Uchiha evil. The next, I had a friend who was one of the good Uchiha. He was
It
one of
was
the
like, no,
good
listen,
ones.
I don't hate. So yeah, no, Tobirama is racist and is like one of the main reasons that Madara became evil. He's like the worst.
Yeah, also about like the jutsu he developed. One of them was the Edo Tensei, which like usually like I remember there's this line where Madara's like, darn Hashirama, you're kind of an idiot. You should have taught your descendants how to revive you. But then it's like, no, that's cringe. Will of Fire is cool and good. So like, why was Tobirama learning how to bring back the dead?
No, Tobirama, like it's like, oh, he made the lightning flash and the fucking and like multi shadow clone. That's really helpful. He also made the thing that was able to let one man and create an entire army on his own.
I know. It's just like, all right, cool. He made a
It's like, yeah,
school. He
he had
made a
like the
school.
shadow
Good for
clones. He also
him.
is the reason that except like the Ninja Academy was only like a band-aid solution where like, look, now the kids aren't on the battlefield at the age of 6. They have to graduate and then go and die at the age of 12. It's like that's technically better, but it's not good. Same
Well, I
with the
mean, that
tuning
was like what they
exams.
were
It's like,
pushing for. Like, it
no,
was definitely like, depending on like, judging on like where they were, that was like as good as they were gonna get, pretty much.
yeah. I mean, to be fair, they could also just have Hashirama go and like win the war in like an hour.
No, but then that's
Because
just like you can't rely on one person, cheeky. You have to like like get the next generation moving, get him in school, teach him stuff. Will of
they can
Fire.
take turns. No, honestly, they should pass on like their lineage. It was like it is funny that people are like, dude, he got the kids out of war. Instead of dying at the age of 6, they die at the age of 12. He's such a hero. It's like, yeah, I mean, like, I guess he helped a little bit, but not a lot. So yeah, Togurama, bad Kage, terrible Kage, hate him. Not
All
hate his
right.
character. He's an interesting character, but bad guy.
Yeah. So next up, I'm gonna have to share my screen. Okay.
Oh boy, what are you about to show me?
Well, goddamn, it's taking a bit to load. I don't know why.
All right, well that's happening. I'll drop a quick headcanon that I had not like a rewrite I had that you came up with too, which is really funny. Which is the girl that becomes the Tsuchikage. was lame because no one gave a shit about her. There are two fixes to this. Either A, have her dad, who was a monster who made giant stone god walls the whole arc, have him be the Tsuchikage, or B, erase her dad from the story and have her be the one who makes the stone walls.
All right, so
Because
it's
then
not.
she'd at least be noteworthy.
All right, so it's I don't know why it's not loading. So just go in like voice chat general and look at the pictures I'm sending you.
Oh boy, I have to read them one at a time. Let's go. A shonen fan service shoujo ending, fan service shoujo movie. I hated the
Dude,
Naruto ending. We wanted a real ending of. Wait, why are you bitching about the movie? Read the manga, nerd. Okay, let's see here. Sasuke
dude,
was
there's
never
so
interested
much
in
of it.
any girl.
There's so much of it.
Okay. Okay, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Not Sasuke not interested in any girl would be spitting because the correct take is that Sasuke should have ended up with Naruto. That's always the correct take. Okay, shared the strongest bond with Naruto. He's saying it again. Clearly rejected Sakura. Saying it again. Only wanted to kill. Okay, so this whole thing is just about how Sasuke wants to fuck Naruto, which is true. Always loved Sakura, but became a liar for Hinata. I don't love the way the movie treated their romance, but like he just like got over Sakura because like when he loved Sakura, it was like a childhood crush. And then never thought of killing Sasuke. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Kishimoney. So this is just like Kishimoto was a sellout, right?
Yes, Kishimoto was a sellout.
No. Naruto's like pretty fucking tightly written, and if you want to bitch about like Boruto, I don't care.
Like, dude, there's actually so much of it. Like, they actually they complain a lot about Boruto. And look at this one about Sarada's ass.
I've seen that. No, here's the thing: if you want to complain about how Sarada looks, complain about the shit that just came out. Her new design is not my favorite thing in the world. Dear God.
The thing is, like, I actually remember like there's this like scene in the manga. I think she's like in her room playing darts, like half naked. I'm like, all right, that's sus. But like in this
That's
scene, it's
weird.
like nothing.
No, also I think the reason it's weird is because like the way the Boruto author draws the girls is very different from how Kishimoto did. Because like current Sarada's outfit is not any worse on in concept than Ino's, but the way she's drawn makes it feel worse.
All right,
So
I'm looking to
yeah,
see if there's any more.
Kishimoto didn't sell out. This it's just you didn't understand Naruto when you read it. Good job, champ. I'm so proud of you.
Oh man, just it's so good that
hmm
we just have this.
hmm
It's just that like it's so weird how like they're like convinced that like Naruto should have killed Sasuke and that would have been the perfect ending. Which like I could it's honestly like fair to imagine like all right if you want to write a fanfic about that that could be super cool and interesting. If that's how it did
Yeah,
end, it could still be really super cool. But also it didn't end that way.
yeah, like
A lot of things were built to it not to end that way, and it ended up being pretty cool if you maybe took a second look at
yeah,
it.
it was cool that Naruto rejected destiny.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say a lot about Boruto because it has the awkward thing where a lot of the best character moments are in the anime, so the manga's kind of rushed at times. But also, some of the stuff the manga does is like really cool, but other things I don't love. So it's like, it's a different series. I don't care. It's a sequel. It's like bitching about Korra when I still love Avatar. For the record, I don't hate Korra. I haven't seen it. It might be fine.
All right. Next is Naruto has no solution.
You mean like he didn't?
No, 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 no. It's just a thumbs up. That's the message of Naruto is a thumbs up.
No, like okay, Naruto didn't have a solution during the pain arc, but that was the point. The point was we shouldn't succumb to like mass murder and nihilism just because we can't think of a better solution. We should never resort to that. That's such a bad idea. Because by the end, he does have a solution. His solution is like, it's I'm gonna dummy it down because you know, kids, it's bonds. Instead of hating people, we need to understand each other. It's
Yeah, I
simple.
mean, like he
It's
gets
shit.
like to be fair, he doesn't have like a political strategy, or at least not when
No,
explained. It's just
no.
like,
Well, that's because
listen,
well, no,
we've
that's
all
because
got
his
bonds
height.
after teaming up
Yeah.
with each other. And like in his talk with Sasuke, he's like, when I see you hurt, it hurts me as well. Empathy's cool and all that. We need more of that in the world, so we should foster that. It's like, all right,
And
Nito
also
Burrito.
like the like political solution was the Great Ninja War. We all came together and we're bros now.
But we'll just squabble after the common enemy's gone.
No, they won't because Naruto and Gaara are friends.
Like that's literally the reason that they come to. And also, like, I actually think this is like an interesting point because, like, should we expect like a manga to solve world peace? Because if Kishimoto had the secret, he wouldn't be a manga artist. He'd probably be like a politician or an
Yeah,
activist.
like you can't expect like a very detailed technical answer, but you can understand like broad themes, like understanding and like moving on towards a better tomorrow is better than getting bogged down in like cycles of perpetuated hatred.
Yeah, like, is that gonna help a politician solve the world? Probably not. But like, can you read it and enjoy it? Yeah,
Yeah. It's
that's
like
all
who
we're here
cares?
for.
Manga can address cool themes without like giving blueprints to fucking politicians. That's so stupid.
I know, and also like let's say like it literally is just Naruto's message to the thumbs up. 99% of human progress was made through positive thinking. So like he's gonna get further than anyone who ever thought like Pain. Like no one who's ever thought like Madara or Obito or Nagato or Gaara has ever made the world a better place. So like, why are you picking their side?
Nice. What's next?
Next is Minato a psychopath?
I think you probably already read it since you're in the comment section. And my only contention is that I think just the idea of hashing it out over is Minato a psychopath is fucking absurd. It's so stupid. It's such a stupid argument to be had.
Oh yeah.
Because the answer is obvious. I think the answer is obvious from the offset. It's like 2-second video. Obviously, let's look at the definition of a psychopath. Oh, he's not a psychopath, obviously, because A, B, and C. Okay, video's done. It's like a 1-minute video.
But you know,
longer,
like psychopath has the connotation of just being like a crazy ass nigga, if he does something overtly aggressive or he does something that people don't like, you could just call him a psychopath.
Dude, is that hot boy? Dude, I really praise your content. Like, yeah, I praise it. Yeah, dude. Like before I go to bed, I just get on my hands and knees and I just start praising your content. Sometimes I offer sacrifices to your content. I just praise it.
That's no wonder people praise my content so much when videos like this are the vast majority of my competition. The anime manga analysis sphere is a joke.
Why did you include that?
we can skip over. We can ignore
just
it.
use this as a springboard for like YouTubers intentionally ask stupid questions.
We could just leave it at that. Sometimes YouTubers ask stupid questions for views.
It's not a good discussion. Is Minato a psychopath? Is not good discussion. It doesn't ask
Dude,
interesting important questions.
He put a
about
fox demon in his kid. That's pretty insane.
No, like Puff, it's kind of in the same lens as like doing political compasses for anime characters. It's like that's fun. That's a fun pastime, but that's not good discourse when it comes to like understanding the series. It's fun. Like I'm not gonna deny it's not fun. Me and Mocha did one where we took the political compass quiz, but we answered the way we thought Chopper would. For the record, he was the most socialist man on the planet.
Of course he would be. His whole arc was about like free Medicare.
Yeah, and Chopper just got a free house. He didn't work for it. He took it from that.
All right. Next is Sakura's confession.
Oh, I love that. Okay,
I love it too.
A lot of Naruto fans say that like the worst, most irredeemable thing Sakura did was lie and say she loved Naruto. And what Puff? Can you give me context? Why did she say that?
She said it because Sai came to the conclusion that if Naruto's bond with Sasuke and his promise to you is going to keep causing him pain, maybe it's best for him to cut off Sasuke and for you to cut off Sasuke. And for you to do that, you need to somehow get Naruto to forget your promise. And then Sakura said like, all right. His ninja way is never go back on his word, so he's not gonna do this just if I ask him to. So if like I have to like convince him that we can both like be happy without Sasuke. Like I don't need to fall in love with Sasuke. He doesn't need to keep fighting for Sasuke to come back. And I could maybe fix the problem if I pretend to be in love with him. And is that a good solution? Not at all. Not one bit. But is that enough reason to hate her? No.
Yeah, but it's just like a dumb, desperate teenager in an attempt to stop her friend from going on a suicide mission. Just like says something like kind of fucked up.
Yeah.
But and of course, why do so many Naruto fans treat that like the worst thing ever? Because they're insecure men, and the scariest thing insecure men can imagine is a woman lying about liking them. They can't imagine anything scarier or anything worse.
All right, let's be real. Hinata's the favorite because ooh, she's a dairy. Ooh, ooh. And they see a strong, independent woman who can beat them in an arm wrestle and is scared of them.
Literally, Sakura intimidates them. No, it's just funny because that's absolutely the reason. There's like they hate that scene so much because like I don't know, maybe a girl to prank them in like middle school said she liked them when she didn't, and they.
Oh yeah, no, dude, that's happened. That happened to me once.
Nice.
It's just funny in retrospect.
Well, no, we would do that to each other all the time in middle school. We were conniving little shits.
Yeah.
I think there was games about it too in middle school, so it's like it's not a big deal. Calm the fuck down.
Oh no, dude! Two truths and I remember there was like this game we played, like 2 truths and a lie, where you had to say who you liked and three people, and only one of them was the person you did. Although I get the feeling most people like didn't even like say the person they actually liked if they even liked something they were a
probably
kid.
Not. It's called lying.
Yeah.
So like it's dumb. You're fine. Sakura is not here to force you to relive your childhood trauma. You're okay.
Yeah. All right. Next is strategy. Stopped being a thing after at some point later on. I don't know what exactly the cutoff point is.
Okay, so Puff, I have a question. So let's go to Land of Waves, like the most Naruto arc, apparently.
Yeah.
How did Naruto beat Haku?
You see, he knew that like he could not match up to Haku's speed in the ice mirror. So he analyzed and said like, all right, the synapses in my brain will only activate and flare up to the point of me activating my Nine Tails chakra if I go through deep emotional trauma. So in order to do this, I have to act helpless so that Sasuke will leap to my rescue. And when Sasuke gets hit and almost dies, or outright dies, I might have to take that risk. You know, let's see how that turns out. Then the synapses in my brain will just... And then the Nine Tails chakra will come out and I'll just kill Haku. And then, like, sure, it's just like my big power level, big number beats Haku, but I had to do a big brain strategy to get there.
Yeah, so none of that happened. Naruto just got mad and then overpowered Haku. And now, hey, Puff, can we list how many strategies were used during just the Kaguya fight?
Well, do we want to lead up, like, the Madara part 2, like, leading up to it, or just Kaguya?
No, I think we can literally just do Kaguya, because there were so many with her.
Alright, so there was the reverse harem jutsu, which, diversionary tactic, classic. We had, I think Naruto, like, turned one of his Rasen Shurikens into or one of his shadow clones into a Rasen Shuriken for a fake out. He does that a few times.
Right. There's the one with the truth-seeking orbs where he pretends that.
Yeah, he gives
seeking orbs.
Yeah, he gives his clone one.
He fakes her. He makes her read him, and it was a fake read. It's the smartest fucking play. It's so good.
Yeah, and then you also have like Sasuke doing teleportation shenanigans all over the place. Do you have Obito being like, I have a dumb body? Sakura, heal my dumb body so I can do a thing, because like he's the only teleporter there, so they have to like protect him even though he's like almost useless and washed out. And yeah, and
so like it's almost like okay, we're being kind of disingenuous because like the Haku fight didn't have strategy, but early Naruto fights had some strategy in them sometimes, and late Naruto fights have strategy in them sometimes. It's always been
it's just
way.
like it's just that like big just because big number came doesn't mean like it's stopping out strategy. Like Madara literally like snatches Obito's eye in order to use his ability and get into his Kamui dimension. Like that's a smart move. That's a strategy play. That's not just I have big number and my Renegon forces the portal to open into your dimension because I have big number. No, he had to like do a thing.
Baseman popularized this. He said the pain fight was just a kaiju battle. That was like the first like minute of the pain fight, but let's pretend sure it was always a kaiju battle. Naruto still used like a lot of strategy to take down like each pain.
I know he turned one into a frog. Like think about that.
Turning one into a frog was one of the sickest plays I'd ever seen.
I know. It's like, oh, this pain can absorb chakra. He's absorbing all my chakra. I can't even stay in sage mode. Wait a second, he's absorbing my sage chakra. I've learned that in my training arc that if you absorb too much, you turn into a fucking frog. So if I just, and since I'm going to be holding still anyway because he's got me in a headlock, I'll just keep absorbing more until I absorb all my Sage Chakra. And then Pain's monologuing. I got you now, Naruto. You're cringe. Pain, you must understand pain. And Naruto's eyes just closed like as he's gathering energy and like Zen. And then just like, wow, he turned him to a frog. What the fuck?
Yeah, so it's like Naruto fights usually have some degree of strategy, and that never changed. So
yeah, no, dude, like again, like he did like the Shadow Clone Shuriken thing, which was like one of his moves from the Land of Waves. Naruto like never stops doing that. And one of the pains he defeats by like putting them in the frog's mouth, so that like even though all the pains like share each other's like sight, they couldn't see where this pain was because it was all dark. Like this pain couldn't see anything because they were inside a fucking toad. It was too dark to see anything. So like, where did our fourth body go? Where's number 4? I don't know where number 4 is. How can we help number 4? And then Naruto's like beating the shit out of number 4 inside of a toad stomach.
That was such a cool panel too, of the eyes inside the fucking frog mouth. That was fire. So yeah, Naruto's always had strategy. You're dumb if you think it ever stopped. Shut up.
Dude, I remember like in the beginning of the war arc, like there's this weird like this was even like a nothing fight. Like it didn't even lead to anywhere. It was just like, all right, Kakashi, like he's with a shadow clone guy, a shadow possession guy, and someone from the Yamanaka clan who has the mind transfer. It's like, all right, we're gonna get into formation. You're gonna attach your shadow to my shadow, and I'm gonna run up to them and then grab them, and then you're gonna attach your shadow to their shadow, and then mind transfer guy will come in, and then I'll run up to the next guy, and you're gonna connect your shadow to his shadow, and then mind transfer will go and stop that guy, and it's just like it's. I don't even remember what the fuck it was. I just remember like a whole like Hunter Hunter-esque page of text as Kakashi's explaining the strategy.
Like Naruto never stopped. No, I was thinking of that random one-off chapter, with the white Zetsu trying to like, mystery murder his way through Sakura's camp.
Yeah, I know, like that. It's like, diversionary war tactics. Inside man, wowza!
Yeah, it's like, come on,
attacking the medics by sneaking up in as an injured person in a war. Wow, if you get rid of the medics that way, seems like a pretty good idea to handicap them.
Mm-hmm.
Also, like I remember there's this like whole like half chapter where Shikamaru's dad is explaining like troop strategy and like how we're gonna divide the troops and how like each troop will like form like an S shape as they defeat enemies and like slowly go down like the map or something.
Nice. Like, yeah, no, it has a lot going on.
And like, honestly, like think about like the fights that people love most, like Lee versus Gaara. There was no strategy in the fight. It was just, is Lee strong enough and fast enough to break Gaara's defense? The answer was no.
It's like fast enough to outspeed the sand and then strong enough to punch through the sand. There was no brain. Actually, Gaara used the strategy more than Lee did, because Gaara did like the sand clone.
Yeah.
Or like the sand cushion when he got hit. Gaara was using his strategy brain, whereas Lee was being a big dumb idiot.
Yeah. And like, even though like in our first like real kaiju fight, like when Naruto's like, with Gamma Bunta and he's fighting the one tail Shukaku, it's like, Gamma Bunta, what the fuck we gonna do? And it's like, all right, we can do a merge transformation, or like, oh, he's using like air style. If we do too much damage, we'll destroy the terrain. So like, we gotta get to like that. You see the little kids popping out of his forehead. You're gonna have to target for that. I'll get in close. You target for that. Like, yeah, like it's kind of basic strategy, but like,
you're right. So,
it's more than what happened in like.
With that, I want to bring up a Kiba diss. What Naruto did is the same thing Kiba does with Akamaru, except Naruto did it once as a 14-year-old or a 12-year-old, and it's more impressive than anything Kiba will do for his whole life.
No, like that 3-headed wolf that he pulls off in the war arc is like probably not as strong as Gamma Bunta.
Gamma Bunta fused with Naruto was able to fight a One-Tails. You're not gonna tell me Kiba could do that. I don't believe you.
Well, I mean, honestly, like I might be able to believe that because it's kind of weird because like Jinchuriki are said to like, or Biju are said to be like weaker without a host. So was Shukaku like powered up because Gaara was, or like powered down because Gaara was asleep and not like controlling his chakra form So it's like, because like we know, yeah,
strong.
yeah, because like Dater like beat like the three tails pretty easily. So like if it's like the one tails is like about as strong as that, and Kiba's three-headed wolf attack is like as good as like Dater's like mid attacks, then it's like yeah he might be able to do it.
Maybe. I don't trust him. Because, like, in Suna, they had, like, the Kage had developed a whole jutsu specifically to counter the One Tails.
Yeah, they do that a lot.
Yeah. Alright, is there anything else?
Oh, I don't, you know what's funny? I don't remember any, like, I know it's different in the anime because, like, you know, like, there's that, like, in the beginning of the fight, Sasuke, like, tries to stop Naruto from, like, doing his Shadow Clone thing, like, 10 times in their final fight, and it's great.
He does it so many times. It's
yeah.
fucking awesome.
I actually think of the manga, like, that is kind of, like, the one fight where it kind of just was raw power, because, like, they were mostly just, like, focusing on each other and, like, talking with each other the whole time. It was,
like, pure themes. It was like, oh, Sasuke steals the Bijuu's power, but then Naruto borrows it through friendship. Like that was like every single exchange they did was like stealing versus friendship.
No,
like, literally, it was so like that fight was pure themes. It was so blatant.
Oh, and that reminds me of like the ending of the Pain fight, which was awesome because he disguised a bunch of his shadow clones as Rebel, and I thought that was the coolest thing ever.
Oh, that was so cool. So yeah, Naruto uses strategy.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, this is actually one of mine that like I had like when I was a lot younger, and I kind of still have it now. Kakashi should have chosen to kill Rin.
Oh, kill Rin. My take on that, as I've said with you, is I think both are equally interesting because by having Kakashi do it, you give him more agency and you like make him feel more like regret and like guilt for what he did. But by having Rin kill herself, you give her more agency and give Kakashi more survivor's guilt because he has both the guilt of like feeling like he killed someone and survivor's guilt for being the only person in his team to come out alive. So either way works because it bolsters one of like his two core emotions. So I like both.
Like I think
like,
I think
happened. I wouldn't complain.
Yeah, I think I'd lean more towards I wish Kakashi chose just because like I don't give a shit about Rin's agency. I don't really care about a character all that much if I'm being honest.
Let her have something.
I don't.
I think you give it to her because like Rin's whole thing is like, oh, dude, she's Obito's light. She cares so much about the village, so her killing herself for the village. Like, no, best situation, they talk it out. They talk it out. She's like, Kakashi, stab me.
But like, I don't want to.
Do it.
Listen,
God,
Rin,
fucking do it.
Rin, we don't have time to talk. There's a bunch of mist ninjas surrounding us right now.
What if Rin tricked him? She's like, dude, I'm a Jinchuriki. I'll regen. And he's like, you will? She's like, yeah, of course. He does it. He's like, Rin, okay. He's like, all right, while Rin regens, I'll fight these schmucks. He goes back. He's like, Rin, you good? Rin? Hello?
But little do you know, you forgot that Madara planned the whole thing, and he had them all under his Sharingan control. Or
because that's definitely what was happening. People totally understand how Black Zetsu works.
Yes.
People definitely understand that pulling the strings every now and then means having complete control over everything and not just having minor adjustments.
No, it was pretty clear that like Madara was just doing it through like the Mizukage. And that was like the one person yeah.
And it's pretty obvious that like Black Zetsu was just like he wasn't controlling everything. He was just like altering things where he could.
Yeah.
To always lean towards war because he's Black Zetsu.
Yeah, he was just like nudging things in the direction he wanted. All right. Kaguya fucking sucks. She blows.
I like Kaguya.
She's alright.
Also, Puff, be specific. Kaguya is the worst final villain.
Right. Sasuke's an antagonist.
Yeah, Sasuke's not the final opponent. What do you mean? It's weird how everyone's like, dude, the final Naruto fight was terrible. Also, Sasuke versus Naruto is peak. It's like, Kaguya wasn't the last fight, right? And also, Kaguya's cool because she's like, the perfect embodiment of like what everyone wanted to do. She's what Madara wanted to be. She's what Sasuke wanted to be. She's what every ninja thinks they're supposed to be. Like literally, her main weapon is her bones. Her entire body is a weapon.
Yeah, I kind of like how they like flipped it around. Like at first you think like, oh, Shinobi to be the perfect tool have to discard their emotions, but as it turns out, the person who's best at using other people as tools is someone without emotions. Because like if they have no emotions, then their bonds wouldn't mean anything to them. Who cares if I like? It's like Zabuza like will hesitate to cut through Haku because like, oh no, I have a bond with Haku, my subordinate. Even though we're supposed to be emotionless ninja, I can't do it. And then Kaguya would just be like, yeah, I'll use my kids and just eat them for power. Why not?
Nice.
Might as well. It's the easiest thing to do. Alright, and, okay, this is just a stupid one. Akatsuki rings. Because I know that one guy brings them up.
Oh yeah, someone's mad that the Akatsuki ring stopped mattering. Who cares? It was just like a cool signifier that you were part of the Akatsuki and it didn't actually mean anything.
Unfortunately.
Like, at first you thought it might have something to do with the statue's hands, but it's like, no, it's just like a symbol that you're part of the team. Yeah. It's basically the same thing as the robe.
Yeah. Alright, and ninjas need to be stealthy.
Naruto's whole point is like breaking down the concept of what it means to be a ninja.
Just forget the fuck about that. Superpowers are cool. Fuck off. Yeah. And then there's just another short one I have here, unless you have something.
No, I don't have anything.
Oh, okay. I have two more. One of them's pretty good. I unironically think Naruto has admirable attempts at filler.
Okay, but it also has some of the worst shit I've ever seen.
No, listen.
When half your anime is filler, some of it better be good.
Yes. I know. It's just like I'm not talking about like any filler arcs. I'm only like thinking of like specific like episodes in between like actual canon stuff.
Kakashi and Guy racing was good.
Yes. That's like the best example. It's just so wholesome and great and good.
Or like one that I'm iffy on because on one hand it was wholesome, on the other hand I kind of prefer Jiraiya being an absolute dickhead. Is in the anime they had that thing where like Jiraiya like had Naruto like do all the things he wanted to do in life before throwing him off the cliff because like he felt bad, and like it's funny, but it's equally funny that Jiraiya's like, hey, how's your training going, and Naruto's like, bad. He's like, and then just picks him off the cliff.
The thing is, like, yeah, they are. Just the thing is, like, I was thinking, like, for the next, like, bad One Piece opinions, I was gonna put anime Jannies, because I know some people think that, like, Oda's, like, intentionally, like, leaving stuff out for the anime to fill in, and I have not, like, once seen, like, any anime fill that, like, adds more context to a character that's interesting, or anything of the sort, or like fleshes out a fight in a cool way. Like I know the anime extended Sanji versus Page One, and it looked very pretty and cool. But like, did it give Sanji and Page One a dynamic? Not in the slightest.
Mm-hmm.
But like when I think about, but like I remember some Naruto episodes. Like there's this one where like Konohamaru's just like holed up in the Hokage's office and is like, no, I'm not accepting the fifth Hokage. I know, it was great. I like that one a lot. And Naruto's like, come on, get out. And then he gets booby trapped, and then Tsunade comes, and she just powers through all of it, and he's like, oh my fucking god, she's gonna kill me. Then she just walks past him, grabs a book, because she's not even thinking about wanting to sit in the Hokage's office. She just wants to figure out how can I help this Lee kid. I just need to, if I can get him to like 50% to like 51 or 52%, then the effort's worth it. Like, and then he sees like, oh, through all that like effort she's putting in towards helping the villagers, she truly does like deserve the title Hokage like my grandfather did.
Yeah, Wowie zowie. It was a very good episode. I liked it. What's your second thing that you have?
The last thing I have is just Hiruzen, the third Hokage, was the strongest. Fuck you.
Oh, that depend. Okay, yeah, I'm not even sure if that translation's right, but I want to believe it. I want to believe Prime Hiruzen was on some other shit.
Dude, they said he surpassed all his predecessors.
Yeah, and they said even as an old man, he was the strongest current Kage, meaning he could have gone and beat the shit out of A.
Yeah, or Inoki.
motorcycle style doesn't mean shit to the man who's mastered every jutsu.
I know, it's like, dude, he knows like 5,000 versions of the Fireball Jutsu, and he knows exactly the one that's your weakness.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah. And also, I love that, like, in the anime, like, his opening attack was the roof tile shuriken jutsu.
Such a champ. Oh, I have another Kage thing, which is, I get this is like the way it's described, it's iffy if that's what actually happened. I believe wholeheartedly Tobirama was killed by Kinkaku and Ginkaku.
Oh, no, dude, he was. I totally believe that.
Those two fucking killed his ass. He died. He died fighting them. He died holding off Ginkaku and Kinkaku.
Like, the thing is, like, since I was, like, a kid, like, and I was watching Naruto for the first time, I kept calling them Ginkaku and Shminkaku. But, like, now that I'm wee-brained and I know, like, Gin and Keen is, like, gold and silver.
Gold and silver, yeah.
I'm just like, I have two wolves inside of me. Do I let the wee win, or my stupid childhood joke win? Ginkaku and Shminkaku, or Ginkaku and Kinkaku?
What's funny is a couple months ago you kept saying Ginkaku and Shminkaku, but I think because you're talking to us about them so much and we say the real names, you're starting to adjust.
Yeah. I just thought it was hilarious when I was watching, like, oh, they're twins, and their names are just the same thing, but with a different letter put in front of it. It's Ginkaku and Shminkaku.
Oh, it's hilarious. So are we good now? Is that everything that we need to cover?
Yep, unless you have any other ideas.
Nice. Oh, we probably should have thought of this, mostly because I don't think anyone is going to hear it. If you're enough of a sociopath to listen to this whole video and have any opinions that you think would be funny for us to talk about, comment.
Oh, right, we never asked that before. If you have any bad One Piece opinions, please put them in.
Or Naruto opinions, or Seven Deadly Sins opinions.
Dude, we can. You wanna just hammer that out now?
No, we are saving that. I'm gonna build that up like a fucking inferno.
All right, okay. You have to read the sequel series next.
No, I refuse. I only read it because it was in the best-selling manga. The sequel series is not. It doesn't meet my criteria. That was fun.
That was fun. Dude,
Oh, Pop.
yeah.
Is the recording done?